you're right. I've been doing this for nobody. So, I've been trying to stream for a little while, and I did not press the start stream button, and I'm sorry. I am hoping that it becomes part of the recording, but I'll just do a brief overview. Everything that I tell you here you can find on Sapphire's channel. Let's make that visible. And Sapphire, if you are already part of this community, you probably know her. She has really, really good tutorial videos. Basically everything that I say is going to be resaid by her. So there are things that I've definitely not been recording now. So if you have anything wrong, look to her. Because I don't really want to do that all over again. Even though it would probably be helpful. So let's go back to Live2d Cubism. Right now, I am making meshes for all of my pieces. I have dragged everything to its different layers. I have made it so that they all appear in the correct order, so that the eyeballs are in front of the head and all that stuff. And now I'm making the meshes. The meshes are what we use to make everything move. So then now I'm just making sure I'm doing a basic mesh on the mouth here. Want to make sure that it's a bit of evenly spaced. I'm very embarrassed that I wasn't streaming. I was so sad. But it's okay. I am still very much a rookie. Okay, big yawn. Okay, let me go like that. And as you can see, there's also some green dots here that I used with this tool right up here. And with this, it's a much simpler way to do more accurate curves, and I'll use that. I did not include the teeth in there because I kind of want them to just, I don't really want to control them separately. If it ends up looking bad, I'll probably change it. But I did the same thing with the top of the eye, so that I can go up and down and stuff. Make good angry, because he doesn't have eyebrows. I didn't make him have eyebrows. So that's going to be effectively what makes him have different, like, sad eyes and angry eyes and things like that. And so we've gone through the glasses with a mesh, the head with a mesh, different parts of the eyes with a mesh. As you can see, only the tops of the eyes from these parts have that little green line. That's because there's going to be a little bit more flexibility with that. I want to be able to change it a little more fine-tunedly in terms of like curves instead of the triangles of the other meshes. Meanwhile, the head and stuff, it's really only going to deform and move when I go left and right and up and down. So it doesn't need as much fine precision. With the mouth, I have the green because I want it to be, oh, it looks like he's wearing, he has a funny looking mouth when I go zoom out like that. But I want it to be a little bit more precise. Now I'm going to make mouth lower, which looks weird here, I know. I'm going to make that undo, Control Z. Control Z works in this program, so that's nice. Okay, and then I'm going to be doing an auto mesh. Okay, let's edit that a little bit. We want these to be pretty evenly spaced. Again. Because otherwise it can look weird when we try to move them. Okay. Yeah, check mark. And then with these points, wrong button. There we go, this little arrow. I can just move it however I so please. But if I don't want to move it like that, and I don't, I use this and I make the line so I can have what I think is a little bit more fine control for curves. Then now that I've placed them down, I can rearrange them a bit so that it's more aligned, more soft, less jaggedy, like that. Very good. Okay, now, yeah, right, I need to check the chat periodically. Oh, let's mute that. Oh yeah. Hey Z! Hey Z and Val. I love you guys. Thank you for coming. I'm sorry I didn't check chat until Elena told me to. Elena's my girlfriend. I love her very much. Okay. For all of you who don't know, the two I just shouted out are personal friends, and so I like them. Okay. And then I'm gonna hide that, because it looks kind of weird, and I'll just make sure to put it back, and then there's the mouth open. Just the mouth at the back. It's the back of the mouth. That's what's going to be showing up whenever the mouth gets open. So let's auto mesh. That actually looks pretty good. Yep. And I don't expect to move it around too much. It's just going to be opening and closing. So that should be fine. The auto mesh should be fine. I'll make that go down again. Now for the markings, let's go for an auto mesh. Now then, this is where things get tricky, because there are lots and lots of little parts. Oh God. That make up these facial markings, because I insisted to myself on doing sprinkle-like polka dots and things. And I'm actually going to open up the stream on my phone as well, so I can just look at the comments from there instead of switching windows. So let me do that. That's just going to take a second. God. I can't believe I was doing this for almost an hour and I wasn't live. Ah, oh, that's the pits, huh? That's fine. Switch account on my phone. Binary. Do. I'm still a real noob, but that's fine. Still love me. Everything's gonna be great. And after I rig everything, that's where the real fun's gonna begin, because then I can start using this model for stuff. It's gonna be so good. Yeah, no, I don't want to see the stream, I want to see the thing. Okay, fine, let's go to my YouTube home. Go to my channel. There we go. And then, where are the comments? Is it because this is a phone? Is that why I can't see them? How about I try desktop view? What? Okay. Let's go back to that. Yes, very good. I should be able to see chat now. Very good. Yay. Cool. Okay, now back to this big mess here. This is a big mess. Now for this, I kind of want to be able to fine tune these little parts. Control Z, stay over here. But I don't think I want to do them that definedly, those little things. So, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to just scrap the whole auto mesh. Just erase. Just erase all of that. I can never really decide on solid markings for him when you draw him, so I just chose this when I drew. And I think it looks cute, but boy, does it make this hard. I did not know it was gonna make this hard. So we're just gonna start outlining all this, make them relatively close together. Yeah, the comments. I should be able to see them in YouTube Studio. It wasn't working on my phone. I don't know why. But it's okay. I'm just gonna outline all this. I'll move that. Outline all this. And then we can add all the stuff in the middle. Which isn't going to be much, I think. And we're just doing a rough pass right now. Now I can move things around a bit so that it's a little more curvy, a little more nice. Let's move this in. Move this in. There, now it's a little bit more of a curve. And now then I'm gonna just put them down the center. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. And now all of the blue lines, which you might not be able to see, since they're pretty light, are all the recommended connections. And I'm just gonna do that. We're just gonna do all this, and then this also lets me see that the triangles are a little bit not so even. And so that I can switch them around a little bit, move them around a little bit. Be all nice. And I forgot the shortcut to drag everything, so I'm just zooming in and out. Luckily, this isn't a speed rig, otherwise that would be nauseating. Just going in and out and in and out and in and out and in and out. Not fun on the eyes. It's much better when you can just swipe. Because it's not like I even want to see it from far away right now. One of the most reasons why people go in and out and in and out is so that they can compare what it looks like close up to what it looks like zoomed in. And I don't even need to do that right now. Those look wonky. Oh, where did that random dot come from? I don't want you. Let's get rid of you. And instead make a connection from here to here. There we go. I don't want that connection. There we go. We'll move this to include that a bit better. Okay, and then just the final touch-ups over here. Just connecting the dots. Not so bad. There we go. That's pretty good. And it's just a little blushy mark, little stuff like that, and that's cute. Okay. But for more convenience sake, I think I'm also going to put a little green mustache kind of swarm over here. Because moving all of those little pieces individually, it's not really something I'm excited about. I might end up having to. I might end up just changing his whole marking design. Not like I haven't before. Just to make it easier. But it should be fine. Okay. Anyway, we're past that. We're past that now. Now, Let's do the earring. That's one of the only things that's gonna have physics in here. And that's gonna look so nice. And I'm so excited about it. But I don't want this little diamond part here to really change shape at all. I want it to stay the same. It's not really gonna deform much. So I am only gonna do this straight line, evenly spaced, using those circles as a guide. And just making it like a little straighter. Okay, and that looks good. Okay, so we go like that. And yeah, that looks nice. Okay, now for the ears. Let's go to an auto mesh. Really the only thing that these ears are going to be doing is going up and down with the motions and stuff, and then, but also the head's going to be moving side to side and up and down, and they'll change a little bit of shape. Here are auto mesh, standard. Okay. Okay, there's one or two spots that could be improved, mainly this one. Oh, no, I need to be in the editor for that. There we go. Over here. Over here. Okay, everything else looks pretty good and even. That's nice. I keep yawning. That's not so good for me. Oh well. Ear L. Left ear. Auto mesh. Standard. And that looks good as well. Very nice. Okay. Now then, all of the different arms, because since I don't have a bunch of hair parts, like in this example, or in this other one that I've done that I'm using right now, since I don't have a bunch of hair parts, and I don't have eyebrows, and I don't have a bunch of eyelashes and stuff, I have made a lot of different arms for a little bit more emote. Like, oh, yay! And woo! And hi! Yeah. Should make them all be above the default arms. Yeah. And when I export this file, I'm going to want them all to be visible because it'll be on a toggle. Their opacities will be on a toggle, so I can choose which ones go where and are visible. So let's auto mesh this. Not really going to be moving much. Yeah, that looks fine. Yeah, arms, auto mesh. Yep. Nothing I can really say bad about that. The waving arm. Auto. Standard. Yeah, all those little toes. All those little toes. I only gave him one big toe bean because it seemed too small to do the other ones, but then I kind of like it. So here. Auto mesh for the paw arm. And the last one, the one on the face. And yeah, that looks good. So then for now I'm just going to take these off so they're not crowding up the space. Body is really only going to need an auto mesh. And that's a decent auto mesh. Very nice. Okay. Now for the thighs. Yep. That looks good. Other thigh. Yep, those are all nicely evenly spaced. It's fairly easy to do these with round shapes. It's the other ones that don't seem to mesh very well. Yeah, that's a nice amount of dots in there. Other foot. Yep, same thing. Now I'll be able to like move it in and out. That would be so nice. Okay, and then the upper tail, which is right now hidden behind his body. Auto mesh, standard. And just based on the dots here, that's looking pretty good. Yeah, okay. And then same thing for tail down, auto mesh, standard. Yeah, that looks fine. And that's all the meshes we have to do. Now then, the next step after the meshes. There's still one more step before we can start rigging. Well, first off, let's save, now that I've done that. That was a bit of work. But now, let's see here. Next number of texture, okay. Texture atlas. Gonna make everything on a texture atlas. Very good, okay. Now then, what's the scale of all these? We want it to be, ooh, only 17. Okay, that's because my file is pretty damn big. Let's see if we can make it up to 20. Yeah, okay. I should be able to fit all that stuff. No, not with the arms in the way. Let's. First off, I need to add all these because currently they're not visible. Let's just continue clicking automatic layout. Okay. And now that's at 13. Okay. Yeah. I think I should be able to move them around a bit more. So that's why don't we try to get them up to 15%. Nope, I didn't mean 156. 15. There we go. Okay, and now I'm just gonna move things around so that the blue parts don't overlap. That can go in the corner. Oh, no, I want you to go in the corner. You can go in the corner. And you're probably gonna go right about here so that something gets inserted in there. These arms can go down here. This thigh can't fit there. I can fit other things there. I can fit this mouth. I can fit these markings. I can fit these eye shines down here. The eye whites and the eye shines. A lot of people also do these eye shines separately, but I did not separate those out because, yet again, for the same reason, that there is a limited amount of textures you can have. Each one of these things are textures. In the free version, there's a limited amount in the free version, I mean. I think there's still a limited number in the pro version, but it's just a higher number. Okay, the eye, there we go. That eye part can go over there. Move you out of the way for a second. This eye part can over here. These cute little irises can be schmack-dabbed over here. There's some room over here. Okay, these arms. These arms probably fit good over here. No, they can't fit super good. These just are an awkward shape pair of arms. So are these. Head, move that down there. Tail. Right, I should be able to go like that. Turn them around. Almost fit those over there. If I go like this. Yay! Okay, those can fit. Okay, this tail, move it down here. These arms. This body. That yeah, these mouth parts can fit over here. As long as the blue isn't overlapping, then it's fine. Now then, these arms. What if these go over here? Ah, didn't mean that. Okay. Okay. Then I go sideways. And they fit. Okay. Make sure none of the blue is off screen either. Okay. And there's a bit of a ton of extra space, but I don't think it's enough to be able to scale it up again. So let's make sure. Now then, here's a question. Okay, now I press OK. Okay. And it's setting it all up. And let's go. There we go. Okay. Texture Atlas all done. Okay. Now we should be able to rig stuff. Let's start with the basic stuff. Well, no. Even now we can't rig stuff. I'm sorry. We need to assign deformers to things first. So then, for all these things, we need deformers. Deformers are what use the mesh to make things look different. Okay. This is the deformer place. So then let's reference, how about the example here? Okay, first off, body warp Z. First, these deformers are essentially going to be glasses. They're essentially going to be folders. I want a new deformer. The button for a new deformer. There it is. Max, yep, and in the free version, the max number of deformers is 50. Okay. The destination part. I want warp deformer Z. I want body warp Z specifically. Body warp Z. Because if you don't name these right, it can make it be weird. Okay. Body. Sure. Body warp. Z. Z. Create. Body warp Z right up top there. Cool. Now we're gonna make. And now we just need to make sure that the entirety of the body is inside of this warp so that all of it can be moved. Let's make that a little bit bigger. Very nice. Now then, what's the next one? Body warp Y. Under body warp Z, we're going to make a new mesh over here. It's going to be body warp Y. Ah, yay, Val. I'm happy that you drew a cat in a box. There's a bit of a delay in terms of seeing things and saying them and you hearing it. So that's why there's a delay there. But I'm really happy that you were drawing a cat in a box. That sounds so cute. So we're going to do make body warp Y be a child, aka be within body warp Z. And we're going to create that. Very good. Body warp Y, and then breath warp. Breath warp is just the general under body warp Y. Oh, wait, I also got to make sure body warp Y is big enough to encompass everything. Don't want things, we want things to be good. There we go. Okay, and then we get breath warp. Breath warp makes it look like the character is breathing. Parent create child breath warp up. No, I want to use the red ones right now because then that makes it just change the whole thing. Meanwhile, these green things are what allows me to actually change what's up. Right now, no parts are in this warp, so nothing is being affected. Right now, I'm just doing the warps. But for the breath warp, down we go. Now then with the breath warp, we're gonna have things be under that breath warp. And so, primarily, that's gonna be body, tail. Let's just move up into breath warp. I might make an actual warp for legs later, but I don't think there's tracking for legs and things, so that's fine. This one forgot tail down. Right, tail up and tail down. They're gonna be moving back and forth and stuff without just the breath. Yeah, here we go. The other example is body. Got some little double wings back there as a thing. Okay. Yeah. So then arms should also go under there. Up. Into breath warp. Because most of these things aren't going to be moving on their own as much. Unless they choose them to. Like if the face goes left and right, the arms could go left and right, but then I need to put the arms under face. So now, speaking of that, under breath warp, we've got all of that. We also have the body X warp. Let's just quickly make body X warp. Body X warp. And create. And we'll make sure that everything is included. Very good. Okay. Now the next thing under breath warp is neck position. Now, Amakun doesn't have a neck, but he will be able to move his head side to side. So first off, this is a different kind of part, and it's called a rotator. And that allows everything to move left and right. Looks very weird, because there wasn't any limit to what I could do there. We'll set the limits on the movement later, after we do all of it. That's what's entailed in the rigging. Now, under breath warp, we get, what is it, neck rotation? Neck position. It's called neck position. Neck position. Create. Now we're gonna that. No. That. No. No. I don't want that. And it's gonna be under breath warp. It's gonna be within breath warp. Come on, neck position. Okay, why don't we Control Z that? Make sure I've selected breath warp. New rotator. Neck position. Great. Okay, no. It needs to be under breath warp. Okay, that's why. Okay. It needs to, the deformer needs to be neck position, goes underneath breath warp. Really? Oh. Oh, I think that's why. Okay. No? Control Z, Control Z. Let's look a little bit more closely. Deformer, breath warp. Okay. Okay. Part core. Ah! All of the warps and things also go up here, inside core. Got it. I forgot about that. Got it. So these need to go out of there. Need a new folder. I need to call it core. There we go. And that's going to be out there. Where did core go? Where did core go? Core needs to be its own, yep, there we go. Needs to be its own separate folder. Good. Okay, and again, these ones I'm not using, but I just don't want to delete them. Okay, here we go. Okay. So then body warp Y goes. Okay, no, these are just listed. These aren't embedded. Okay, so now I should be able to go do a rotator. Neck position. Select child of selected object. Great. I think that might have been what was going on before. Okay, now we go over here. This is what's going to determine how the head rotates. Back and forth and back and forth. And we're going to put it about where the neck would be. And that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. Next, after neck position, we have face rotation. And that is going to be a bit higher up. And that's what the face rotates with. Okay, so then under neck position, one more rotator. Under neck position, we get face position. You ever type words so much that they just don't seem to work anymore? And that default position, no, a little bit lower down. There we go. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, under face rotation, neck warp, he doesn't have a neck, so there doesn't need to be a neck warp, and that's fine. Underneath face rotation comes face core warp. Under face position. No, it's neck position and face rotation. Okay, rotation. Cool. Okay. And then what do we do? We add a face core warp. Face core warp. Create. Okay. And then is this, okay, yeah, it's just under core. That's fine. Face core warp. And we want to make sure that this face core warp, you know what we want it to do? We want it to be over the face. Just like how it is here. Just covering all the face. Making sure that all of the parts that move with the face are covered. And that's good. That's good. Under the face core warp, we have some different normal eyes and things. For that. But I don't have those here. Those are these little parts are part of the emotes, but I don't have any of that right now. Okay. So, excuse me. So under face color warp, we have the brows, we have the eyes, we have the mouth, we have the face as a whole. We've got the bangs, hair, nose, ears. Okay. So then let's go with the eyes first. IL warp. IL warp. Okay. And we want that to just be around the left eye, left from the character's perspective. Is how I've always seen people do it, so that's how I'm going to do it. Okay, back up to face color warp. IR warp. Wait, kind of wish I could just press enter and have it do it. But it looks like that doesn't work here. That's fine though. IR warp. That looks good. Back up to face color warp. What's next? Just focus on the normal parts here. Mouth warp. Mouth warp. Okay. And we're just gonna scale that down a bit. Make sure it's just over the mouth. Okay, back up to face color warp. After mouth comes face warp. Because this is face color warp. We want a normal face warp within the face color warp. Face warp. Make that a little bit bigger. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Under. Okay, then we got bangs, hair, nose. Okay. Go nose warp. It's going to be weird calling it nose when it's the markings. It might end up being that I don't want it like that, but that's how I did the blush for Lily, so nose warp. Create. And we just want it down around the markings. And that's good, okay? And then we've got an ear L and an ear R warp. Ear L warp. Make that be around the left ear. Okay. And then ear R warp. Ear R warp. That. Okay, the left one's a little bit bigger, so let's make the R one a little bit bigger too. Okay, yeah, that's a bit comparable. Cool. Okay. And then those are all the base warps that we have over there. The next part is to go within them. Yeah. One of the reasons why I opted out of brows is because, as you can probably see on oh, I've got tons of facial expressions on. There we go, let's turn those off. I didn't even notice that, pardon me. But as you can probably see, I'm trying to move my eyebrows. It does not track my eyebrows. My eyebrows are not very trackable. Lena's are very trackable. The Live2d VTube Studio is able to detect them easily. Mine, not so much. So I'm not even bothering adding in eyebrows. Not bothering adding in a brow warp. Because I'm going to consider this my main model. This is the model I want to use for like everything. This one that I'm using now was made as a test using Lena's character. Okay, but yeah. So then, let's go up to I, under IL warp. We've got IL close open warp. Under IL warp, IL close open warp. And yeah, the same size. Then we'll just make the same thing for R right now. IR close open warp. Okay, next step, under the close open warp, we have all of the background parts of the eye. The background parts of the eye that aren't really going to be moving around, except when opening and closing. So then we're going to want to move those pieces into there. So we've got under this L, we're going to want the top of the eye, and to go in there, the deformer is IL close open warp. And we want the same thing for the white of the eye. I white L. IL close open warp. Okay, similar thing for the right eye. IR close open warp. I white close open warp. There's more on this one because I have an eyelash in there. It's important to put eyelashes on different layers because otherwise it can look really messed up when you try to deform them along with the top of the eye. So we've got the top of the eye and the white of the eye in the closed open warp. Next up, we have eye position. The eye position is what it tracks when you look to the left and to the right and up and down. So IL position. Let's go here. Going to make another child. IL position. Right. And same thing over here. IR position. Yeah, there we go. Type for me. Okay, and then under IL position, we're gonna want the eye shine and the eyeball. Eye shine, eyeball. Because that's what's going to be moving around. Now, one thing to consider is that, I won't address that right now. It's fine. Okay. Now we've got the IL position, IR position. Very nice. Things are looking good there. Okay. And then we have specific warps for the highlights. So highlight, okay, so these eye shines aren't going to be in there. They're going to be one below. So highlight L. Highlight L. Yeah, the IR and IL. Yeah, that can be hard to do in words, in just voice, because I is also a letter. Highlight L, warp, create, and the eye shine will go down there. And then under here, highlight R, warp, and the eye shine goes down in there. Okay. And then that's the bottom of that folder.
Would it be too loud to run the microwave?
No, go ahead, run the microwave. Yeah, go eat an egg roll.
Okay.
Love you. That was Lane. Lane is so good. Okay. That's the bottom of the eye warp folders. Beautiful. Now we can move on to mouth. The mouth, pretty simple. Just a different warp for each part of the mouth. Mouth warp. Top lip warp. Create. Go back up here. We've got bottom lip warp. How do I say? Yeah, okay. I use lips there. Okay, and then go back up here. Mouth, back, warp. Beautiful. Okay, and then we're gonna put those specific parts underneath those warps, because they are what is going to be affected by those warps. Good size, good size, good size. Yep, okay. Cool. Then we have face warp. Let's reduce mouth warp. Under face warp. It's just the back of the head. There's no other warp. So we'll just put head under the face warp. And that's very good. Actually, since this guy has glasses, he's probably going to need to go under the face warp as well. And the markings. Where'd the blush go? Oh, okay, there's a separate one, nose warp. Right, I forgot to add that one. Nope, nose warp's right here. Nose warp gets the markings. And is there nothing else under nose warp? No. Okay. So let's just go with that. And then the ear L warp. Anything special under that? Nope, just the textures. Ear R, ear L, ear L. Okay. Whew. That was a bit of work. I've been streaming for an hour and a half. Yay, okay. But now that is all said and done, we should save this one more time. Save. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. And now we can start doing the actual rigging, wherein we will tell everything what is going on, when it's going on. Okay. First off, face. Now then, the way we're going to rig these is by putting them and determining where they are in the different parameters. For this face, we've got an angle X and angle Y. And that's what determines what the face looks like when I rotate it up and down. How's it going? Hi. Yeah. And so that's fun. Let's do that first. Face, angle X, angle Y. Okay, let's make a new folder. Face. Probably gonna need to make a whole other body one for that. Yep, there's one for body and one for arm. Cool. Well, let's just focus on the basics right now. I'm going to need to rig a bit more than I did in this one because this is a full body, not a half body. But that is a-okay. I'm going to have fun doing it. Let's go back up here. Okay, cool. Now then, under face, we have angle X, angle Y, and angle Z. We want them to be in that order. Angle X, angle Y, angle Z. Okay. And then in here, it's -30 to +30 is the parameter values. -30, +30. Very good. -30, +30. Okay, now then, in order to rig these, we're going to be using the different warps. Okay, so what's going to happen is we're going to set this back to 0, set this back to 0. Okay, then we'll connect them at the end and make sure everything is okay. So right now, angle X. When we do angle X is moving side to side. Left goes that way, right goes that way, negative, positive, all that stuff. So everything that's going to move when the head turns left and right, we have to do. So first, we have the general face warp. In angle X, we're going to add 3 keyforms. We're going to leave the middle one alone. This is the default one. Going to the left, the face is gonna go this way. And I'm also gonna make it go a little bit that, and make him get a little bit of a cheek. Oh, no, but that changed the glasses. So I probably don't want the glasses under the face deformer. Face warp. But there's a different one. Probably face core warp. Yeah, that's better. Okay, head. Angle X. Face warp. And then we can make a little cheek puff out without destroying the glasses. Now these arms are in front of the face. There are some arms I want in front of the face, but I don't think these are those. So why don't we actually go up here, default arms. Default arms are gonna be, I want them in front of the body, but not in front of the face. 25, 525, and then where is the face? Head. 5. Okay, so then those are all still in front of it, but the mouth isn't. So now I need to make the mouth go up. There we go. Let's make that visible so I can make sure to see it. And then make that go up. Beautiful. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Oh, and then the markings. The markings need to go up as well. There we go. Cool. Okay. But now, when the head turns left, it goes like that. Now then, what I want to do for the face warp, specifically, is I want to go up to here, and I want to reflect motion. Reflect horizontally. Okay. And now, it's the same thing on both sides. Isn't that neat? It's so easy. It's so nice. Mwah! Chef's kiss. Okay, but now, as you can see right now, it's only the face that's moving. We want a lot of things to move with this. And so we're going to go to each one of those warps and do their own motion like that. Let's start with the mouth. This is just going to be the general mouth warp because the top, bottom lip, and mouth back warps are going to be used for mouth shapes, like talking and stuff. So mouth warp, 3 parameters. That's the default one. Then on the left, we're going to make it move over here. I'm going to squish it just a little bit. Now then, we'll see how that motion works. I think the mouth goes down a little too low there. So let's make it go up a little bit more. Okay, now it's straight across. Okay. And then, now I go over here again, reflect motion. Okay. And now, it's the same thing on both sides. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, mouth done. Now then, how about we do the nose? Let's add that. That's the center. Okay, to the left. We're going to want to move it over here. We're going to want to squish it a bit, because the face is going to get a little squished. Okay, and then does that look good? Yeah, that looks good. Okay, and then reflect. Okay, left and right, left and right. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, now how about we do the eyes? IL warp. Or was this all supposed to be under face core warp? Okay. And then I just readjusted everything. That's fine, that's fine. I can do this. This way. Well, we're gonna need to move the glasses. Face core warp. The glasses are off center. We want the glasses to be, no. Okay, well it's not only moving the glasses, so let's go here. Yeah, there we go. Now it's straight on. And then to the left. Squish them a little bit. So it looks a little 3D. Okay, and then reflect. Okay, okay. Left and right. Beautiful. Okay, and then that, and we'll take that off. Okay, IL warp. 3 points. That's the default one. When we go over here, I want the eye to be over here. And then see, yep, it's good. Reflect motion, okay. Yep, beautiful. Okay, same thing for IR. That's the default. When it's on over here, I want it to be over here. Not too far out, like that's too far out. Just a little bit. Let's see how that looks. Somehow it raised up a little bit. I need to make it go down a bit. There we go. That's looking better. Okay, and then reflect motion. Okay. There we go, and he gets a little bit of a cheek when he goes left and right. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, I think one of the last things that needs to move when the face moves is the ears. The ears need to move, of course, because otherwise it looks a little bit weird. So that's the base. We move this way. Need the ear to move that way, just a little bit. So that it looks like it's moving with the face. And we'll see, yep, beautiful, okay. Same with the ear R. Let's go to the center, add the points. It goes left. I want the ear to move a little bit to the left. And then reflect motion. Okay, and then now when the head turns, all of that happens. That's really nice. Okay, when the head turns to the left, to our left, the ear on our right is exposed a bit, but that doesn't happen for the other ear. So I'm gonna change this a bit. Be over here. Now it's not as smooth. How about we Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. Okay. Like that. It goes to let's say when it moves to the right this time. Okay, and then let's make it reflect that motion. Okay, no, it hardly moves at all. That's no fun. I mean, it's moving a little bit. Okay. Shoop, 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 shoop. Yeah, you see how that ear on the right is moving more. So when it's close, okay, so I want this ear to move like that. Okay. Goes down, I made it go down a little bit. Let's shift that up. There's a lot of little things that go into this. Does that look okay? Okay, that's center. That's right. That's left. Okay. A little bit more. Okay. Okay, I think that's pretty good now. Cool. So we've moved everything. That is good for that. It's a lot of little nitpicky details to make it look really good. Okay, now angle Y. Now we're going to do the same thing, but with angle Y. Let's start off with the face core warp this time. And let's see here. With angle Y, let's unlink these. Goes up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Positive is up, negative is down. Okay. So with the face core warp, we want positive, up. So head's just gonna go a little bit up, not too much. And then down, head's gonna go down. Go up and down, up and down, up and down. Beautiful, beautiful. Now we're going to adjust everything. Mainly the face warp itself. Because when this goes up, like in here, I want the face, mainly when it goes down. It happens mainly when it goes down. So let's go when it goes down. When it goes down, I'm going to bring these in a bit. Yeah. It's the bottom. Make that go up a little bit. Now, looking down. Okay, then looking up. Anything special when she looks up? No, it's mostly perspective at that point. Okay. Because it's not just the head that makes it look like looking up and down. I think one of the more important things of that might be the ears. So let's add that. Okay, basic there. Now when the head goes up, the ears move down a little bit, like they're rotating on an axis. Like that. Then, yep, and then when it goes up, a little bit up here. Yeah, very nice. I like that. I like that. Okay, same thing for ear R. When it goes up, I want the ear to come down a little bit, go to the side a little bit. Yeah, now they match. Okay, and then when it goes down, go in and up a little bit. Yeah, and they match. Very nice. Okay. Next will probably be the eyes. When the face goes up, I will go a little bit up. Just to make it look a little more dramatic. When it goes down, I'll go a little bit down. Beautiful. Now for the other eye, add those points, go up. Make sure it's pretty mirrored. Yep, there we go. And when it goes down, like that. Beautiful. Okay, next for the mouth. Mouth warp. Now when the head goes up, mouth goes up just a little bit. Just a little bit. When it goes down, it's gonna go down a little more. Maybe even get a little smooshed. Yeah, see? Just making the mouth move like that makes the turn look more dramatic than it did before. Makes it look just a little bit more like 3D space. Let's move it a little higher up, though it looks a little weird there. Okay. Okay, and then the last thing we need to do is do the same thing with the markings. Okay, when the head goes up, markings go up. When the head goes down, markings need to come down. Oh, and it looks like they're gonna overdo the face a little bit, so let's smush them so that they stay on the face. Beautiful. Yeah. Up and down. Cool. Now let's see what it looks like when we link these together, because that's what it's gonna look like in 3D space. Oh, that's not looking so good. Looks good in the middle here, but on the outer points, it's just head bobbing. Outer points, yeah. Okay. So let's change that. How do I really, okay, yeah. I don't do that really. Okay, so I did it for the brows. I did it for the eyes, you can tell because the things are green. Did it for the face. For the nose, but not the ears. Well, okay. Yeah, need to add those. Otherwise it just looks wrong. We don't want it to look wrong. Okay. So, the eyes, yeah, no, the eye, oh wait, no. That's the thing I forgot. I don't need to do that entire thing. I need to synthesize corners. And then I need to do that for each thing. Because I've done it for singular things before. It hasn't worked good. There isn't a parameter on that for that. There's for that, synthesize corners. For that, synthesize corners. Then the ears, synthesize corners. R, synthesize corners. Okay. Now let's see what it does. Yeah! Much better. Much better, I think. Maybe not so much, though. Because those markings kind of go into the eyes. I think they need to stretch when it goes left and right. Not that one, but this one. Yeah, okay. Let's change that nose warp. Yeah, I think that's better. And then to the left. And we just stretch it. There we go. Now that's more consistent. Doesn't knock into the eyes. Let's link those back together. Oh, wrong ones. And yeah, I think that's a bit better. Okay, it's still doing it a bit for that. That. I mean, yeah, I want it to go down a little bit over there. Like that. Okay. Yeah. Oh, no. Need this one to go out too. Okay, like that. Like that. There we go. Now it stays a bit more consistent, those markings do. Okay, and it goes up and down. Very nice. Okay. Okay. And then what does angle Z do? Z is just with the rotator. Okay, let's make that be the center. Z. Want face rotation. 3 points. On the right. On the right, goes to the right. Okay, this is where the earring comes in. First off, we're gonna do the face rotation to the right. It's gonna go like that. He's so curious. He's looking at you like, what? What you talking about? Okay, and then we're just gonna reflect motion. Okay. Shoop, 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 shoop. But we need the earring. We're gonna need a separate warp for the earring. Okay, so we want to make one of these. Wait, no, we don't need to make a separate warp deformer for the earring. Just gonna have the earring move itself. Okay, add those points. Okay, we want it to sit, I want it to stay pretty much straight up and down. Yeah, like that. So like that. And then I'm gonna make it go about straight up and down again. We'll go over here. Now it looks like it swings. And it's very nice. Cute, 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 cute. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay. Whew. After that, we're done with the face. And we're gonna make a parameter for eyeball. A folder under the parameters for eyeball. Under the eyeball, we've just got eyeball X and Y, and that's that position. We've got, that's these two. We just go put those under eyeball. And then this should be pretty simple. We want IR position, like that. And then how did I do it? To the right is to the right, yep, okay. Then when he looks to the right, it's gonna look like that. Oh, but wait, that happens. Oh no. But I know the solution for that. We need this eyeball R to only appear on top of the eye white. So we're going to take the ID for the eye white, and we're going to put clipping ID under there. And then preemptively, we are going to do the same. And so then, see, it only appears on that. And then we're going to want to do the same thing highlight, like that. See, and then now it'll disappear as soon as it gets out of the eye white. And let's do the same thing over here. Eye white L, copy, eyeball L, clip under art mesh 6, the highlight L, clip under art mesh 6. Very good. Okay, so that'll work when that does stuff. Okay, there we go, our position. Okay, and then what happens if we just reflect motion? Yep, left and right. Beautiful. Okay, and then same thing for the left eye. When we look right, we can preview the other eye. It goes about here. Yeah. In fact, I think I don't want the right eye to go that far. Yeah, here we go. I want the little bit of the pupil to still be visible like that. Otherwise, it looks weird. So let's go left, then go over here. Wall-eyed. Then we go over here. Okay. And then we're going to do the same thing with the up and down. 3 points. When we go is positive up. Positive is up. Beautiful. And we're going to look up. Okay. And then we're going to look down. Ooh, that's going to be weird. That's going to make it look a little weird. So I'm probably going to want to refine that texture. But right now, we're just going to do this. Okay. And we go up and down and up and down and up and down. Very good. Now we want the same thing for the other eye. This process is a bit repetitive, but this is what makes everything move. Then we go down. Yeah, I'm definitely going to want to make that look better. That's fine for right now. And then we can clip those together, go over to the position, synthesize corners, IR position, synthesize corners, and now up and down on one side, up and down on the other, just all the way around, like, ugh. But no, he wouldn't do that to you. He loves you. Okay, good boy. Good job. Okay, so that's eyeball. We don't have brows. Well, except we kind of have brows. We don't have left and right, though. Yeah, no. It's really just gonna be angry and sad. And those are toggles. But I could do those. Yeah. So then let's do a new folder. Let's go browse. And we're gonna do a new parameter. We're gonna do angry browse. And since this is gonna be a toggle of an emotion, the minimum is gonna be 0. The default is gonna be 0, the max is gonna be 1. Okay, and we're gonna do the same thing with sad browse. 0, 1. Okay, angry browse. That's going to be warping the top of the eye. So over here too. Okay. So then for angry brows, we're going to add 2 points. That's default. And then gonna make it angry. Why don't we start with sad? Sad seems easier to me. And we're gonna make, when you zoom in really far on this model, because it's like not, for one, the textures aren't at 100% on that map, but with the free version of this program, you can only make them so big. And so I would be able to get a crisper quality if I had a smaller model and had the textures be closer to 100%. So let's move this around, make him look a little bit sad. Having a little bit of fun with it. And how does that look for sad? Sad. Sad. Let's see it far away. Yeah, that looks fine. We're gonna have to do a thing with the eye white though, because it's clipping out just a little bit. Let's tuck that back in. Cool. Okay. Now it doesn't show through when he's sad. Okay, now for the L-eye. And we're gonna do about the same thing, so let's zoom out a bit so I can compare. And then we're going to sad, adding the two parameters, like that. Oh yeah, it's a little hard to maneuver them from out like this, but that's okay. I'm using this as a comparison and then I'll refine it. Okay, now I can, yeah, there's not much to refine here. Sad, sad, sad. Very good. Okay, and then we just want to make sure that eye white gets pulled in. Beautiful. Very small detail, but I think it's worth it. Okay, why don't we go back over here? And this moves a little bit. Let's make it not do that so much. Okay, that's a bit better. Okay, and then angry. Top eye. Now we make it go like this. Yeah. Okay, let's smoothen that up a little bit. I just tugging that down. Let's tug that down. Beautiful. Okay, and then we do the same thing with the eye white. Oh, and this eye white. Bring that in. And that's beautiful. Angry, angry. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now we do the same thing on the other side. It's a lot of repetition because this is a symmetrical face. Yep, that's pretty similar movement. Then with the eye white. Okay. A little more. Now he can get angry. He's angry now. Never at you. Okay. Phew. didn't do before is actually when I move the face left and right, and up and down, I want the body to move with it. That's like one of the ways I'm going to control where the body is moving and how the body moves. So, body X warp. Is there anything under X warp? Let's see here. No, body X warp is its own thing. Because it's not expecting to go left and right. I see. Okay. But we do want it. But okay, body X warp is under breath warp. So why don't we try with breath warp first? Okay, let's unpin this. Okay, we'll add 3 spots. And we want, oh, nope, that's the problem there. We want body, and that's not moving anything. The breath warp's moving everything. So we're gonna have to move each of the parts individually. That's okay, that's fine. Body, let's take those off. Body, 3 parts. When it goes to the left, I want you to go to the left. And then I want you to reflect motion. In fact, let's take these off so that I can see the body a bit better. Okay, and then with that, why don't, since the tail is still visible, let's do the tail. 3 points. When it goes to the right, let's make it swing a little bit. Well, no, swinging is gonna, I'll add physics to it later. So we just go over here, and we go over here. Same thing for the tail up version. I want it to be over here. Then we want it to be over here. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Beautiful. And then while we're at it, why don't we do angle Y and Z. When going up, body's gonna go up. When we're going down, body's gonna go down. When body goes up, tail's gonna go up. Body goes down, tail's gonna go down. Tail in this position does the same thing. When it goes down, it's gonna go down. It goes up, it's gonna go up. Doesn't need to go down that far. There we go. Okay. And then now feet, the thighs. Let's go with the thighs first. Angle X. Okay, or angle X. When going to the right, this is going to go over here a bit and squish a bit. And we're going to reflect the motion. We don't want it to really squish over there. We want it to stay. Yeah, there we go, like that. Okay. Same thing for thigh R. Except when going to the right, it's not going to squish much, it's just going to move. When we go to the left is when it'll squish. Beautiful. Okay, see, okay, then with this one, that moves a bit more. makes it look a little more 3D. Why don't we do the same thing with this one? Squish this a little bit like that. Okay, yeah, I think that looks good. And then with the feet, same thing, 3 points when we go to the right. This left foot is going to be back here a bit. It's not going to move much. We go like this. The angle of the foot looks weird when it's like that. How does it look like there? Yeah. Well, without all those dots on it. Beautiful, okay. Yeah. I approve. I'll do the same thing for the other foot. Go to the right. It's going to turn a bit. And we go to the left. And then like that. Okay, they'll get more movement in the angle Y. Okay, and then arms. How about we just make an arm warp? Let's see what that does. Arm warp. Do I want it under breath warp? Yeah, I want it under breath warp. Or then I could have done all that through body X warp. Just put everything down into body X warp. Well, why don't we do that for the arms? Let's just grab all these, put them down in body X warp. Okay, make 3 of those. Let's have them all visible, why not? Okay, we're going to the right like that. We want to squish this way and move this way a bit. How about I just have one visible and then I'm gonna, oh yeah, because that's not good. Okay, one other one. Okay, like that. Okay, and then reflect motion. Okay. Now what happens when it's the Nya arms? Jump, 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 jump. Okay, there's going to be a little bit more movement when it goes up and down. So I think that's pretty good. Okay. Okay. Getting a crink in my neck a little bit. Okay. I'm fine. This is good. This is fun. I like doing this. Okay. Now then. Now for angle Y. I already made parameters for that. When that goes up and down, up and down. Did that already. Okay. Everything. The body and the tails, I did that already. Thigh. I want you to go a bit down, actually. And the rest of the body goes up. Same thing with, okay, and then what happens if I reflect this motion? It goes up a little bit. Jump, 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 jump. You can call me, you could. I don't know, that song's stuck in my head. Okay, let's go up. Make this match the other one. Okay. Pretty good. Now feet. When it goes up. Should I be making him stretch out like that, or should I be making him go up? Like the entire body go up? Okay, well, we're gonna twist this a bit more. Like that. Okay. Then, what happens when I reflect motion over here? Yeah, that seems fair. Okay, foot R. And we go up, rotate a bit, go down, rotate a bit more. Okay. Reflect motion. Well, that one goes a little bit too much up when I get on here. So let's move that down a bit. Make that a little bit less. Is that good? Okay. Kind of regretting my use of really thick lines here. That's okay. Let's make that go down just a little bit more. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Then same thing for the body X warp, for those arms. When the body goes up, you go up. When the body goes down, you go down. Or maybe you stay there. And then, can you go nya nya, nya nya, nya nya, nya nya, nya 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 nya, nya 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 nya. Oh, for the nya arms. I think for the nya arms specifically, I want to make them which direction? I want to make them rotate a bit. Like that. Oh, gotta make the points. Then make them rotate. And reflect motion. Nya, 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 nya. That's pretty good. Yeah, okay. And then what's it look like with the other ones? Nya, 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 nya. Wave. Hello. Okay, for the waving one, it would look better if it was a little bit more dramatic. Like that. Okay. And then that. Oh. Okay, what about this one? Yeah, no, that's fine. go back to default. And then we can link these together. And then we gotta synthesize corners. For the arms and for the body, for each of the thighs, and for each of the feet. Don't mean to reflect motion, I mean synthesize corners. Foot R, synthesize corners, tail up, synthesize corners, tail down, synthesize corners. Okay, and then as a whole, those legs might be a bit much. Might be a bit much. I'll change them if I decide to that later. So right now I want to just focus on getting all the basics done. Okay, got those brows. Okay, now after brows we have eye. Okay, we've got and we're going to have the I, L, and IR open. Since they are going to, since it doesn't pick up blinking very well for me, I mean, I kind of want to be able to wink. Okay, I'll try to make it wink. Okay. Or is that a different? No, it's just I, L, and IR open. Okay. Right, and there's also smile. So let's make a new folder, call it I. Is it called eyes? No, just I. Okay. Then we've got these. Put them in there. No, put them in there. Okay, cool. IL open. We're gonna want to use IL close open warp specifically. And then, okay, to the right. Okay, to the right is open, to the left is closed. We're going to start off with just 2 points. To the left is closed. Now then, I don't think I actually used the close open warp before this, did I? I guess I did. But I mostly used those, the specific things. So how about we do that? It's open. What? Oh. Because I have it set with the angry and sad brows. Damn. What happens if I go like this? Why don't I try it like this? Ugh, no, that's bad. Could probably make it a little bit better. Nope. Not doing that. Okay. I think I'm gonna have to make a different warp for each one. Except I made this specifically for that. about we just... I know those... Yeah, angry, sad. Yeah, I can do that with the other warp. Okay, let's take care of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. And then let's preemptively do the same thing for this. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. We will re-rig at those later. And it will be fine. Okay. Now then, IL open and the top eye. Now then, when it's closed, so first off, we're just gonna, nope, gotta make the 2 points. It's open, and then closed. Gonna want it to, let's move these around. Oof, oof, oofa doofa, oofa doofa. Okay, yeah, that's very close to the center portion. There we go. Moving in a little closer helps. Yeah, this looks strange as hell, but it's okay. We are gonna be okay. The resolution is... This resolution. Not so good. I guess it super only matters, though, from a faraway perspective, because that's what you'll see me as, mostly, I think. No, I might do some close-up shots. Let's try to clean that up a bit. Let's... Oh, too close. Okay, let's make this closed eye look relatively normal. And when I say relatively, I mean relatively. You can see here that it looks a little bit, let's take, yeah, it gets a little bit jaggedy when we put it down under there. How about we take a look from the outside and see? Okay, yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, I think we just need to clean it up a bit more. Let's make this look a bit smoother. This little point, there we go. I had a hard time reaching that little point because it was right by the center grabby point. Smooth that out. Just work out all the kinks. This is why you need a good mesh. A good mesh is going to be super thick with points, so you can change all of them and control it on like a molecular level.
Molecular level?
Yeah. And then we'll have that right, something like that a bit. Okay, let's click off, see how that looks. Oh yeah, that's much better. Okay. Okay. Now, while we're here in IL open, we're going to do similar thing with the white of the eye. Wait, did it? Yeah. Zero's closed. Yeah, zero's closed. Okay. Just want to make sure I have that right. So let's just, and then you see how useful that is, like I did before with the iris part. It just clips to the eye white, so there's no need to make another thing for that. So So let's just bring this down here. Yeah, and then we just gotta drag all these points down. It's a lot of points. Probably too many for what I needed it for. Yeah, the eye white typically doesn't need very many points. But now we're just slowly absorbing that eye into the eye. And this is also where having a shaded pattern on the head itself, the face, the back of the face itself, of eyelids is good. This guy doesn't have eyelids, really. He doesn't have that cool texture that some anime kids do. I'm just bringing it all down. Takes a little bit, but it's what you need to do. Oh, nope. Take on me, take on me, take me on. I'll fight you. I don't know what I am saying. I'm just trying to fill the silence like a good little streamer. I am a good little streamer. We are doing good times. Okay, that takes a couple minutes, but I'm almost done now. Now then, the thing after this we need to look out for is the middle frame. How does all of this look as it's closing? Because that can also be a tricky part, and that will indicate that we need to make another frame. Okay, so it looks good closed. Okay, and that's a pretty good open close. Okay. Yeah, it's mainly, the middle point for eyes is mainly so that the eyelash can be nice. But I don't have an eyelash here, because the eyelash can distort very much. Okay, that's good. So IL open. Let's leave that open. And then now to do the same thing for the right eye. Let's close IL, open IR. And then we've got 2 points. On the left is going to be it closed. And then why don't we make the other eye closed too, so I've got a comparison. Oh yeah, look at all that feathering. Oofa doofa. Let's try to make this as clean as possible. This lower quality is kind of kicking me in the butt. Guess you can't super see it unless you're like super close, but okay. Why is this eye going more poorly than the other one? That's a good question that I have. And I am allowed to say that it's a good question. Because it's my question. No one else can tell me any differently. They are just not allowed. Zoom in a bit. Okay, there we go. Now I can grab those tiny points. so that I can bring them up a little bit. This point, this tiny point. Here we go. Okay, it's looking a little better. Like that, but then like that. Okay, down like this. Yeah, it's coming together. Okay. Now this top part's gotta go. Okay. How does that look compared to the other one? It looks pretty comparable. Okay. Let's raise that up a little bit. Oh, no, I need to have it be on here. There we go. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. And as we saw before, the eye white, I should be able to just smoosh. Okay, I was able to get an even better smoosh that time. Let's make sure none of the white shows through the eyelid, or what would be the eyelid, because, you know, that's just strange. If we had clear eyelids, like some animals have a second pair of eyelids that are clear, but if we had solely clear eyelids, now that would be strange. But I guess it would be cool because we'd be able to see even when our eyes are closed, when they're getting wet. So staring contests would be a matter of if you look away or not if you blink. Weeping Angels would be way easier. Come on, that tiny point. There we go. Okay. And then how does that look? Let's remove that. Okay. Very nice. Eyes open and closed. So good. Okay. Okay. Now the next thing I would do is the mouth. The mouth is like the one thing we haven't done yet. But the mouth, if you want to get it good, is also pretty complicated. So why don't we, I haven't saved in a while. Let's go 1.2. Thank you. Okay, and then why don't we, oh, I have different faces on again, don't I? Okay. Boop. Take that off. Boop. Nope. There we go. Yay! I look normal again. No problem. Okay. How about, as a kickoff, let's see how this guy looks. Okay, we want to go to Live2d, to the VTube. We want to go here. We want to import. Open folder. Yeah, okay. Now I've got the folder open for that. Oh, nope. Got to do multiple things before I can import it. So first off, save. Second of all, export for runtime. Export as MOC3 file. Save. And that might be good enough. Let's check and see what is in each Live2d model folder. Okay. Okay, so that might be enough. What else did I save in here? Okay. I'm looking at all of my thingy-majiggies. And I am seeing what needs to be put together. So how would I, yeah, okay, here we go. There's a whole folder there. Gonna take all these Amakun 1.2s, put them in there. Let's compare them. We got a we want a CDI3 JSON. Got one of those. Got a CMO3. MO3. Model 3 JSON. I don't have any physics right now. A v2.vtube.json. Don't think I have one of those. That's okay. Okay, and then the texture is in a separate folder in there. So we want to get a new folder. We're gonna name it Amakun 1.2, and my thing is gonna, my face is gonna be really full of weird things. Okay, then we're gonna drag that over there, and then we're actually gonna rename this folder to 1.2 underscore BTS. Okay. And then we're gonna go back to this. We're gonna copy. We're gonna paste. Okay.
It doesn't show any of the file explorer stuff.
Yeah, that's why I'm narrating.
Okay.
Yeah, it is all good. Okay, and then let's go to VTube Studio. Oh, yep, so many emotions. I'm so sad. I'm so blushy. Oh my god. Please, senpai. That's good. Okay, now I'm normal. Now let's see here. Okay, we might have to unload model. Might have to exit. Okay, here. Amakun. Wanna auto setup for webcam. Okay, can I scroll out? Can I? Please? Right, I wanna unlock the movement. There we go. Okay. And now we can see this model. I'm gonna go right. I'm gonna go left. Go up. I'm gonna go down. Yeah. And I didn't link the arms to different things. I haven't done the mouth yet. But overall, the movement, I think, is pretty good. It's tracking my eyeballs pretty good. Yeah, I can blink. I'm gonna go left and right. There are definitely lots of points where it just totally looks like 2D layers, but that's not bad. I mean, that's one of the thrills and fun times of it being a 2D VTuber instead of a 3D model. So either on my own time or in my next stream, I'll rig the mouth because that's a bit more complicated. I'm a bit more tired. I'll have to kind of fix things probably, but I am happy. I am happy with how things have gone today. And so, I am gonna bid. Let's go back to Lily. Go back to Lily. Okay. And then Let's do some. Okay, let's lock that movement. Okay, I'm not showing on OBS very good, so let's move that up there. Move that like that. Let's go over here. Yeah, now you can see me good. Yay. Okay. So, this has been a wild ride. Oh wow, those eyes are clipping right out of there. If I want this model to be usable, I'm probably gonna have to fix that. But okay, this has been a wild ride. A very wild ride. I am surprised with how far I've come today, but I'm also kind of upset that I didn't do more. But I am getting tired, and everything will be fun, and we'll see what happens in the next one. Either way, I'm sure it's gonna be really, really fun. So I hope to see you guys again later. And I hope you have a good day. And thank you for coming and watching this, whether it's in real time or as a VOD that I upload later. Thank you so much.